Callaway Paradym Triple Diamond driver versus the Stealth 2 Plus. Which one goes the furthest? They're both low spin bombers. You're gonna find out. Pushing 180 ball speed.
There it is.
Wow, 340.8. Welcome back to the Swing Lab Performance Golf YouTube channel. Today we have an awesome comparison. Callaway Paradym Triple Diamond versus the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus driver. Both of them are extremely low spinning drivers that go really far, but we're going to find out which one really goes the furthest. So Ian, you've been playing the Stealth driver the last year, correct?
Yep.
Yep, and I've been playing the Rogue ST Triple Diamond driver myself, so
okay.
We're excited to test this and compare which driver really goes the furthest between Callaway and TaylorMade. Driver shaft, you play the Ventus Black 7X, correct?
Yep.
Yep, so we're going to throw that in both heads, and we're going to compare and see which one goes the furthest. You're kind of a faster swing speed golfer, so I'm going to get you to swing pretty fast, and we'll just your normal speed, and we'll see how that goes. And then can't forget about the moderate speed golfers as well. So I'm going to go with a little more loft on the driver and play a golf shaft that's a little bit lighter. I'm going to play the HZRDUS Gen 4 6.0 golf shaft. Swing a little bit slower so we can give you guys a range of club speed and see how they test. Both drivers are awesome. I mean, you talk about adjustability. You still have adjustability with the Callaway Paradym Triple Diamond. You've got weights that you can switch forward and back. You have a 14 gram and 2 gram weight, which you can put forward or back if you want to lower the spin. So it's a great setting you got. TaylorMade Stealth, the advantage with that one is you've got the 15 gram weight where you can slide it horizontally. So one you can go kind of back and forth, and one you can go sideways. So I guess there's pros and cons with both drivers. Today's test, as I mentioned, we are both going to be hitting. So Ian's going to be hitting the 9-degree versions. I'm going to be hitting the 10.5 degrees versions. I'm going to find out which one goes the furthest.
All right, Thomas, tell me a little bit about how this test is going to work today.
Yeah, so we want to keep this as unbiased as we possibly can. So my thought would be we'll hit 3 shots. So first off, I'll start with, say, Stealth 2 Plus. Hit 3 shots with that. Hit 3 with the Paradym Triple Diamond. Hit another 3 with the Callaway Triple Diamond. And then another 3 with the TaylorMade Stealth Plus. So we'll have 6 shots with each head, essentially. For me, I'm going to swing around about 100 miles an hour. So I'm going to try and give a little bit of a slower swing speed, and I'll have you swing at your normal club speed, which is usually around about 120 from what I remember. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be hitting the 10.5 degree heads, and you're going to be hitting the 9. 10.5 because if I swing at 100, it probably don't have enough spin or enough loft, especially knowing these are the lower spinning heads. So I'm going to get started here with the Stealth 2 Plus first. Let's see how they go. Little right.
A little bit different sound in them. That one's a little bit sharper sound. All right, Thomas, 3 shots in. What are you thinking? What do you like? What do you feel?
Yeah, so first thing I'm noticing looking down, the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus seems a touch shinier. Even like the Callaway Paradym Triple Diamond, other than the top part of the crown, is also fairly shiny back there too. So in the previous model, I did like the more of a matte finish. It wasn't as shiny to it. So both, look fairly shiny from the back part of the face, but I did like a little more coverage here with the Callaway up front. I noticed with the Callaway, that the head is a touch smaller. So I know it's 450 cc's versus 460 cc's. So I can notice that looking down at the two of them. But no, otherwise, they're They both felt pretty good. I think you brought up a pretty interesting comment earlier when we transitioned from the Stealth 2 Plus to the Paradym. You're like, that sounded just a little bit sharper right off the bat. So there's a little bit difference in the sound between the two of them. Yeah, you're right. I think the Paradym Triple Diamond was a little bit sharper in sound versus the Stealth.
Maybe to do with that carbon face and the Stealth. And...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think, initially looking down at them, the inside, we've got lights on, trying to make ourselves look good, looking in the lights and everything like that. But I do notice just a little bit of shininess on both of them looking down at. But otherwise, seem pretty good. I think initially, when I was swinging at 103.4 on average with both of them there, they could have gone pretty similar distance. I did notice just initially with the Triple Diamond, I left face open with that, and also did one with the Stealth. The one that was face open was a little bit better with the Paradym Triple Diamond versus the Stealth. That's the only thing I noticed.
All right.
Let's hit 3 more with each and take a look at numbers. 4 right. There we go.
That was a good one.
It's definitely a little quieter. Just noticing transition back to the Stealth 2 Plus again. Definitely noticed that just seemed a little bit quieter off the face and felt just a touch softer. Mm-hmm.
All right, Thomas, 6 shots with each driver. What do you like? Let's take a look at the numbers and talk about them.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. You look, I was trying to swing about the same speed, about 103 miles an hour. I was half a mile an hour slower in club speed with the Triple Diamond. However, the smash factor and the ball speed stands out to me. It was just a little bit higher. So 1.5 versus 1.48. That's interesting. I also find it interesting with the launch angle being a little lower with the Stealth 2 Plus. So a little bit more ball speed, a little bit less spin with the Triple Diamond versus the Stealth 2 Plus. But we're talking 5 yards, and I think for people, if you're going to get 5 more yards in a comparison, you're going to be pretty happy with that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 285 versus 281. So pretty good numbers with the two of them. I definitely kind of looking here, I can see there were a couple that were fairly straight down there. A couple there with the Stealth 2 Plus as well. So both of them are pretty good. I liked the feel of the Stealth 2 Plus. I thought it felt a little bit softer, where this definitely had kind of a touch more of a loudness to it. Sound is feel, right? So I feel like this was just a little bit louder. But I can get over that. I'm going to hit it 5 yards further. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's take a look now. So I think everyone really wants to know which one really goes the furthest when we've got some more speed. So it's your turn to hit some shots here, and we'll compare the numbers. Okay, so Ian got a chance to warm up a little bit. Let's take out those warm-up swings. There were a couple that were a little bit off. Let's create a new tag. Let's see. Well, you got the Stealth 2 Plus in your hands?
Yep.
Let's start with that. Let's hit 3 and do the same format. Good ball speed there. That's a pretty good one. Pushing 180 ball speed. Okay, Ian, so you hit 3 shots with each one to start off. How'd they look? How'd they feel?
Well, the look, I would say they both are very good looking drivers. I think I like the look of the Stealth a little bit more. Might just be because I'm more used to playing it. I haven't really hit this many times, the Callaway. But they both are very clean looking drivers. Not too much going on. I actually really do like the look of the the subtle dark blue on the Callaway. As far as feel, kind of basically what you said. The Callaway is a little sharper, makes a little, it's a little bit louder. The Stealth is a little softer off the face, kind of more of a muted sound, but both very good, so we'll see.
Yeah, and numbers-wise, right now, both were separated by less than a yard. So 334, 333. So we got 3 more shots with each one to really kind of get some conclusive data, but so far, seeing the Triple Diamond maybe spinning a little bit less than the Stealth 2 Plus initially, but let's complete this test and talk about the numbers.
That was really far off the toe.
So it's interesting you say that, really far off the toe on that one, but it almost went the furthest of all your drives today.
Yeah.
So that's, you know,
I mean,
even though it's 450 cc's, a little smaller head, still very forgiving.
Yeah.
So 337, carry 300. You got the toe effect. You got the spin rate being kind of lower there. But yeah, that was a good miss.
I toed that one too. Pretty good. There it is.
Wow, 340.8. Good ball speed, 340.6. That was a good one to finish on. All right, so let's kind of take a look at these numbers. I'm noticing there's maybe one outlier per grouping. So you can see this one over here on the left side. We can probably eliminate that out. Let's see if there's an outlier here with the Callaway Triple Diamond. You know, notice your worst one was 331. So it's hard to really find an outlier in there, especially. Maybe that one that's a little spinnier. You notice the spin rate is significantly lower here with the Triple Diamond. So maybe get rid of that guy. And we can probably do the same thing for me here earlier on. See if there's anything that's an outlier. They've got this one here, 237 carry. That looks like it could have been an outlier. And then see if there's anything else that stands out. We got a 268 one. Probably take that guy out. So now basically we've got best 5 of 6 shots per club, and we can kind of diagnose and figure out, you know, which one really is going the furthest. So good job here, within 1 mile an hour of club speed for you there, Ian, which is good. Stealth 2 Plus for you, 177.7. Triple Diamond, 176. But if you look at the smash factor, 149, 149. Launch angle, 10.4, 10.5. So really, those numbers there, it's hard to separate them. But this is where we notice the difference. Paradym Triple Diamond, 9-degree head, 1722 spin versus 2176. That's quite significant.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, it is.
And I find it interesting too, because if you look at the Triple Diamond, you've got more misses over here to the right side. Normally draws will spin a little less.
Right.
So it's, you know, we could definitely say the Triple Diamond spins less than the Stealth 2 Plus. You look at the distance here, basically the same, right?
Yep.
0.9 yard separation between the two of them. So if we look, see here, even with the ball curving more to the right, the Triple Diamond 9-degree was, you know, it was what, 11 feet lower than the Stealth 2 Plus. So that's where spin gets you into trouble. You're not quite maximizing your carry distance as much as you could. So you can see the Stealth 2 Plus is, you know, 6 yards further on the carry distance. You had one there when you switched this to carry distance. I think it was this shot right here. You're like, wow, that carry really jumped up. You got one 313. So that's why spin's important. So if you're a high spin golfer, you know, Triple Diamond, Paradym Triple Diamond might be better. If you're maybe a little lower spin and driver, Stealth 2 Plus might be a better golfer for you, a better club for you, essentially. Yeah, I mean, if you look at kind of my numbers here, now we've got, you know, 5 or 6. So this is based on around that 100 mile an hour club speed. We're kind of seeing the same kind of trend here, a little less spin with the Triple Diamond versus the Stealth 2 Plus. You know, however, we'll notice I was getting a little bit more ball speed out of the Triple Diamond, 149 versus 147 on the distance there. So I was getting that 5 yards further. But we're talking 0 to 5 yards. Not really that much separation. They just getting to the hole a different way. You can see what I was hitting at Stealth 2 Plus, I was hitting it kind of a little lower. So maybe the conclusion is, you know, if you're a faster swing speed golfer, you know, Stealth 2 Plus, you know, might spin a little more. If you're slower, maybe the Triple Diamond might spin, you know, might stay in the air just a little longer. But a lot of it will definitely kind of depend on your ball flight tendencies and that. But wanted to give like a comparison here with me swinging it slower, you swinging it faster, just to see, you know, how they all kind of compared. But I think, you know, both very, very good, but definitely some differences in spin when you were swinging. You got any feedback now that you hit 6 shots with each driver? Ian, is there one that you like? It's definitely louder or definitely softer, or, you know, one looks shinier, or?
I would say that, you know, they both performed really well. They're both, you know, very good drivers. I would say feel is just a huge part of the equipment you play, and I think the Stealth 2, having it being a little softer, a little more muted sound, it's what I would lean to, just because I like that feeling a little bit more. But if you're someone who is maybe used to the louder sound, you know, I've been playing the carbon face on the Stealth, so I am used to it. And if you're someone that's used to the louder sound, then maybe that Paradym would be for you. But I think that they're both really sharp looking drivers. They both performed really well.
Yeah, I think they're both, you know, very good drivers. It's, you know, what you like the look of, really.
Yeah.
And we can fit, you know, really what, you know, different type of, you know, what different type of head that you're looking at, and tweak it from there to try and work on the spin rate and getting you in optimal numbers. But I just noticed it seemed like Triple Diamond was maybe a touch more neutral flighted, or maybe slightly more fade bias, while the Stealth 2 Plus was maybe a little more draw bias. So I was just kind of looking at a little bit more here, and seeing the curve with Stealth 2 Plus a little more to the left, and definitely more to the left when you were hitting it too. So
absolutely.
I think a lot of it, you know, is how that club sits down and what you're used to. But yeah, this is a great test. Golfers, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you do. We've got plenty of other great content like this coming your way. Let us know what you thought of the video. Thanks for watching.